No, that's one of the main reasons I come.
It's
No jokes, he's leaving.
I can repeat my other jokes that you've already heard.
You ever hear one about how I was having an argument with my wife when I was winning?
Say that
I was
again.
having an argument with my wife when I was actually winning, so she took her shirt off. It was a booby trap.
That's funny.
Yeah, they made it fun.
No, she didn't appreciate that one.
So are we sufficiently weighted for everybody now?
Why not?
All right. Hello.
Hello, Stacy!
How's everybody doing?
Great. Awesome!
Good. It's good to hear. Good. So just a couple.
Happy Merge Day!
Yes.
Yes.
Did everybody know today was Merge Day?
No, yeah.
Okay, so Ethereum went from proof of work to proof of stake kind of overnight last night, this morning, and it was successful. Everything went great. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, but it's very exciting. It's almost as good as pizza day. Hey, come on in. How you doing?
Glad you can make it.
Good.
So, my name is Stacy. Kevin is my husband. So we kind of have two different roles. Cody and I, Cody's our son. We have we all have a retail location just down the street, big orange building, 401 Bond. And we do over-the-counter transactions. We have 3D printers. We have cryptocurrency swag, anything like that. And I think our cards are out somewhere. And Kevin does more of our bigger deals, say anything over 20 grand. And that's our website and all that fun stuff. Anyway, so once that turns on, so we have the big white one in the corner there. We have that set up just for CryptoNutz members. So I think it's set up right now at 4%, Kev?
5%.
5%. So our normal machines anywhere between say 12 and 15%. So this is way, way below what you would buy on a machine out there. The CryptoNutz discount code will also work on it. It's nuts and UTZ. So you'll get another 10% off of our fee. So if you're interested, that'll be on. Well, there it comes. Okay. Also at the store and here you can find some. There's our hoodies are buy one get one half off. We used to use a token that Kevin created called Nuts, NUTZ. And we've kind of resurrected it. So we have it on the Polygon network now. And what we use it for is entrance fees. So instead of paying $5 cash to come in, you can pay $3.35 nuts, which ends up being $3.50. They're 10 cents each. If you want to buy any drinks, coffee, anything like that, you also,
Coffee's free.
Coffee's free, whatever. Water, drinks, special drinks, whatever. You pay with nuts. So the whole purpose of this is so that you get used to using your wallet, buying and selling, sending, receiving. So I know some people that come here, they've never even used a wallet. So we'll get you going on that and teaching you how to use it. So that's the kind of the first part. The second part is we have a DAO. Does anybody know what a DAO is? So it's a decentralized autonomous organization. So what that means is we want our group here, our CryptoNutz group, to be able to, the group itself be its own separate entity. So then whoever owns Nuts, that's the governance of the group. So you can vote. So maybe I'll say, well, I think that we should buy a water cooler. And then if David says, yeah, I think that's a great idea,
You
and
can
Wayne
vote.
says, nope, that's dumb, we can all vote, and whatever majority wants, that's what passes. So we can vote on water cooler,
Making
can-
tokens,
pardon?
making tokens, burning tokens.
Making tokens, burning tokens,
Bringing dinner back,
what's that?
bringing dinner back.
Bringing dinner back. I was thinking of presentations, like say if we wanted to get Andreas through Zoom or something like that. So anyway, so that's kind of what the DAO is. So in order to get into the DAO, it's $10 Canadian. But for your $10, you get into one meetup for free. That's a $5 value. You get $2 in Matic, and 50 nuts token, and which is worth 10 cents per token. So you need to have Matic because that's kind of like the gas fee on Polygon. Have I lost everybody, or do you guys all know what I'm talking about? Everybody's
You
good?
got it, you did good.
Okay, all right, so in order to be a part of the DAO, you have to have either the Trust wallet or the MetaMask wallet. If you want to do it tonight, you can see Cody if you have Trust, and you have MetaMask, right? MetaMask? Trust? So Herman has Trust.
Herman's not set up yet.
Oh, you're not set up yet. Sorry, I thought you were.
Right.
And what are you?
I'm on trust, but they have MetaMask, I can send them MetaMask.
Okay, so you can see Sean, Cody, you're set up now, Wayne, Kevin, or myself. And we can all get you all that stuff. Anybody have any questions on that?
Well done.
Thank you. Okay, I think that's all the, everything. Well, thank you. Okay, so now we'll go into some news. So I know it's kind of small, but these are all the news topics that we have for tonight. So you can, I can just go from top to bottom and go through all of them, or if you want to pick a topic, what do you want to do?
Just go off, right?
Start at the top and go down? All right. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna pick what I think is important. Change it up a little bit here. That's right. Okay, so does everybody know what Meta is? Yeah, everybody's good with that? Okay. Facebook, well, and Instagram, right? Meta announces NFT integration for users on Facebook and Instagram to be able to post their NFTs from their crypto wallets using ETH, Sol, Flow, and Matic. Isn't that cool? So has anybody been following what's going on with XRP? Does anybody know what XRP is?
Have they been busted? Tell me they've been busted.
No, they haven't.
Jail?
XRP, Ripple is the company, XRP is the token, is the coin, right? So US exchanges are starting to delist XRP amid continuing pressure from the SEC, the Securities Exchange Commission, who continues to claim that almost all cryptocurrency minus Bitcoin are illegal securities, as they have not filed with the SEC. Recent reports have claimed that regulatory body will opt to target exchanges first and foremost over singular projects themselves, as there are too many with a wide array of challenges, although there will be some of these in cases. That's kind of cool, right? I mean, anybody an XRP fan before I shoot my mouth off?
Like take pictures.
Yeah,
I think guy was going for million tokens.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
There's money to be made, but
there is money to be made if you want.
it's just a scam. It hasn't fallen yet. It's coming.
It's coming. It's definitely coming.
Some kind of weird crossover product that worked with like a licensing network that was trying to integrate between XRP as a entry, like a gateway token to transfer between Bitcoin and the Lightning Network. It was like, how does XRP fit into that?
It doesn't.
Yeah, well, let it float in both.
Yeah, I mean, the way that I understand it, XRP is definitely a central, excuse me.
It's like Airbus.
Yeah, it's a centralized thing, but I did find kind of interesting that all cryptocurrencies minus Bitcoin are illegal securities.
And yet SEC chairman's already said that Bitcoin is a commodity, and that's how they see it.
Now, I thought that ETH was considered a commodity as well.
No.
That didn't go through?
No, different thing. You know, the SEC, they specifically, I read a couple articles, specifically they are eyeing ETH. But ETH is such a massive project, it has a lot of lobbying behind it. It's not as easy to target as the little projects it's been kind of scooping up lately.
Yeah.
And Bitcoin's the original too. So no one created Bitcoin saying, hey, buy a Bitcoin, make a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Whereas almost every project since then, except maybe not ETH or Doge, but almost every coin has been biased to make money, which throws you into securities. Whereas Bitcoin just did that revolution, right? So,
Yeah, exactly. It kind of just happened naturally.
and they
Yeah.
can't find the guy that created Bitcoin. Who are they going to sue and lock up?
Yeah.
If they could though.
If they could.
Satoshi would be in jail so fast.
Pretty sure it's Kevin.
But if you think about it, there's Bitcoin and then there's altcoins or shitcoins, right? I mean, there's that differentiation between the two because Bitcoin is Bitcoin, you know? Anyway, I thought that was kind of cool. This one, have to let me know what you think of this one. Cryptocurrency exchange Binance plans to issue a soul-bound token on the BNB blockchain to all users who complete the Know Your Customer form. Has anybody heard of this? Soul-bound tokens, which in this case act as an identity passport across the BNB chain. Their unique, non-transferable Binance soul-bound token, named Binance Account Bound (BAB), will allow users to participate in building projects while earning rewards according to the release. So, to me, that's just an identity token, right? Like,
Yeah,
you're automatically greenlighted.
that would save.
Is that what everybody else is thinking here? Because that's what I'm going
As
with.
long as it's secure, if it's a secure identity token, it would take a federal warrant to go to BNB and get your information.
Yeah, but
Sure, but it,
wasn't BNB one of the exchanges that said that if they were subpoenaed, they'd just let it go?
you may went all over.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
Wasn't Binance one of them?
any American
Almost
company
all
will
of
do that.
them. Anyone in the US space, they said, yeah, well, we have to.
So the concept of soul-bound token was first discussed in a blog by none other than Tyler Buterin in January. He described the new asset class as non-transferable digital tokens that represent social identity in a centralized society, in a decentralized society. But doesn't that kind of contradict each other? Like if you want to be decentralized, but then you have to have a know your customer token
That will follow.
that follows you everywhere.
But which is worse, a government doing that or
Well,
a business like finance doing it?
That's a good
Choose
point.
your pick the poison.
And it will only follow you if you tag the wallet that's holding it to whatever you're applying.
Well,
That's true.
the thing about it, it's all voluntary, like, you're signing up for it, you're like, holding it in your wallet, you're basically opting in
This
to
is
do it.
just, to me, this is just the start of regulations.
You know what?
The start of centralizing.
But you know what it is though, is that BNB holds your information securely or as secure as those. Yeah. And you want to apply to his new project in the US that requires you to be verified. You could probably sign up for his project and with a verified identity that he doesn't have access to.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, right. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you're 100% safe. Yeah. You also can't tell that information to all the car insurance places or car warranty places.
That is true. The use of KYC in crypto came under intense scrutiny this week when decentralized exchange DYDX.
Yes.
all one, but yeah.
prompted its users to complete a liveness check using webcam technology, with several users commenting on the anti-ethical relationship between decentralization and KYC. Thank you.
Stacy,
Yeah.
and did you pronounce that exchange?
What's that?
Could you pronounce that exchange for us?
DYTX. Didn't.
Didix?
Did it? I think there's no.
I've never even heard of Didix.
I need to look it up. I'm like,
Anybody ever heard of Didix? Binance announces that it will convert all, ready? USDC, USDP, and TUSD into BUSD. Did you catch all that? At the end of September, while also halting any trading pairs with the aforementioned stablecoins. In a Telegraph article, Binance stated that they have not announced the same for USDT, but has not ruled it out in the future. Is that what you were?
Welcome to centralization.
Crazy. So if anybody holds any of those stable tokens, you're gonna get converted.
yeah,
Only on that,
What's that?
only on that platform.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
on Binance. Oh, this one's kind of crappy. Ontario imposes a retail crypto ban, an annual purchasing limit on altcoins of $30,000 per year. Wow. $30,000 per year. This follows a trend around the world, as we have seen similar legislation restricting retail access to cryptocurrency in the UK, China, Australia, South Korea, Thailand, Singapore, and now Canada. This restriction is not only spending limits, but access to derivatives, shorts, futures, NFTs, meme coins, and entire projects. Wow, I have no idea. Did it say anything about how they're enforcing it?
What, the Ontario?
Just
Yeah.
your exchanges.
That's all they can control, right? That's why, like, they can only control exchanges and what you claim.
So it's only on over the counter.
Well, it's what you claim.
That means you can't buy a $60,000 car with Ethereum.
So if you're buying on exchanges, you're limited to 30,000. But if you're going through over the counter, everything but Bitcoin.
But I don't understand, but I didn't see any clarification of if you bought Bitcoin and swapped.
Ah,
I don't know what the clarification is there. I don't know.
Our
because
bid
it
access,
says on altcoins, it doesn't specifically say.
On swap, so I don't know. That might be a workaround of it.
Buy Bitcoin, go with that.
Anybody invested in Avalanche? Anybody ever heard of Avalanche? Avalanche is in hot water with investors as a report by CryptoLeaks claims that the project had hired a law firm to attack its competitors and steer away regulatory bodies towards other projects. The report includes multiple videos that have since been confirmed by Blockwords of an alleged member of this law team detailing their involvement with Ada Labs, the founders of Avalanche. The lawyer in question has since come out saying that he was intoxicated during the videos and claims they are highly edited and his firm has done nothing illegal. Ada Labs CEO has labeled these claims are conspiracy theory nonsense, but then the law firm has pulled out of multiple lawsuits against other crypto projects. Anybody hear that? All right. Okay. So how do you say that? Vassal? I've never even heard of Vassal. So Cardano's Vassal hard fork is coming in September and is set for the 22nd. But after several delays in the past few months and the recent posts by ADA developer
claiming that the test net was catastrophically broken and cautioned that Basil, right? Basil should not be rushed. This was challenged immediately by founder Charles Hoskinson in an AMA claiming that issues had been resolved and skepticism has been unfounded. Did anybody hear about that? Okay. Do you want to hear more about it? Okay. The Basil.
Why can't you?
Basil.
That's more shaking scary.
Basil. Basil. Basil.
Go with it.
Think of what you call Kevin once in a while. That egg.
Okay. The hard fork is intended to drastically upgrade its scalability by increasing block size, which will also drastically increase the experience of its dApps. Although Hoskinson has claimed there may not be much effect felt by the upgrade, as the project is focusing on security and quality of its transactions rather than speed. Although last year's lackluster Alonzo hard fork could create some reluctance, the data of its upgrade could see its decent hedge bet on the outcome of ETH's merge. Oh, the date of its upgrade could see its decent hedge bet on the outcome of ETH's merge. I didn't know any of that. Did you know you're a ADA fan?
That's some Irish whiskey.
I read about it. I didn't understand what I read.
That's amazing. That's my world.
Everyone is leaving.
I had no coffee, Chris. What? Okay. All right. I'm going to save the ETH merge to the end because I'm sure everybody has a lot to say about that. Oh, anybody follow Michael Saylor? Yeah. So MicroStrategy's everlasting quest to grow its BTC treasuries continues as the company seeks to issue Class A stock to purchase 500 million worth of Bitcoin. MicroStrategy currently holds 129,700 BTC and seeks to buy more BTC by selling up to 500 million in Class A stock. Okay, so what he was saying is, he was first talking about Ethereum changing from proof of work to proof of stake, which we all know that happened. And then he was saying that there's a Visa card that's working on the Ethereum network. And what we're saying is that there's a couple of cards that are working on the Ethereum network. Has anybody heard of CRO?
Crypto.com.
Yeah, so they're on the Ethereum network. Now you can continue. I just wanted everybody to hear the conversation that was happening there.
Yeah. The big one is what a major national country does, or sorry, international company does, and what the Americans think is legal is not the same thing.
Yeah, and there has been no official statement if it's not, or if it is, they haven't taken action against them. So they're in a better situation than most.
Well, it just seems weird that they would accept BTC, but they wouldn't accept Ethereum, especially when our analogy is gold and silver.
Yeah, but
however,
it's tokenomics because the Bitcoin is deflationary. There's a set amount. There's to them, if to the traditional finance, it was easier to see them as a commodity. I mean, they argue that stable coins are securities, and they literally are stable. They literally, by definition, can't increase value or can't gain value. So how is that not a commodity?
But there's no way to go after Bitcoin. It's completely decentralized.
But I mean,
But didn't we just prove with Luna that whole thing is a farce?
wait till we get to Luna. Hang on a minute.
It's not.
Are you wanting wait?
Yeah.
Okay, now I gotta find my Luna thing. Just a minute.
very bad.
The bigger bubbles there are between around 14
Here we
million
go.
dollars.
Okay, anybody watch, anybody know who Guy is from Coin Bureau? Anybody else? He's a YouTuber. If you want to get some really, really good information, he is excellent. His name is Guy. And he's from,
Women find him attractive, that the guy?
yeah,
No, really, I remember,
what am I doing?
Well, if you just search guy on YouTube, you'll find it.
Anyway, he's very, very good. So anyway, he does videos very like daily. So this is his interesting and top performing projects of the month. Terra is back. Mostly due to very high staking rewards, new mechanism that makes the token deflationary, and the fact that Binance has chosen to list the new Luna.
Yeah.
That's kind of the reaction I was expecting. Oh my god.
I think that would be big experience.
Yeah.
Buy now. A few weeks, don't look back. Not financial advice.
So just some guys' other things that he was talking about this month. Atom has been performing well as of last due to the late slate of improvements coming soon to the project, most notably liquid staking.
By the way, of the top 100 coins, Atom is up the most right now after post merge.
They have
Really?
done a lot, actually, I see it all the time with Doctor.
Do you want some Smarties?
No.
Do you want like peanut butter cups?
Yeah.
You get an overhand, bro.
Right in my face.
I thought you were gonna throw it back at me.
Not heavier.
Okay, so anybody heard of Raven Coin?
No.
So the token is
Oh, I just would like that caveat. I just looked. That was a lot of speculation that Ethereum miners would migrate to Raven coin.
yeah.
They have not. The coin has been down 20%.
Where'd they all go?
ETH Classic.
So Helium Coin is pumping in anticipation of upcoming governance vote that could see the project scrap its own blockchain and migrate to Solana. So isn't Helium the one that had that specific miner that worked on the G5 network? Right? So they're gonna stitch their own blockchain and go on Solana?
Faster.
I was just saying, as much as we've seen lately, people breaking off from Ethereum and starting their own chains, I think you're going to see more of it happen the other way. That like, why would we want our own chain when it could be easier and more scalable on Ethereum or Solana or ADA or?
Yeah, but Helium has all those miners, will the.
Well, that's weird.
Solana network work on those, or they all go?
That's what I'm saying.
Typically,
But they could push through the updates. It's not hard.
Yeah, but all the miners wouldn't be on the network.
David.
Yeah, they push through the updates.
Oh, sorry, I almost hit you in the head, Mo. What is LDO?
Lido Finance. They're the ones who did the liquid staking for.
$329 million transaction, right?
All right, so LDO is doing well this month due to the fact that it is the hub for liquid staking of ETH, but has been significantly volatile due to rising and falling skepticism and optimism of the merge. That's what Guy had to say this month. Maybe I'm gonna break on the news just for a bit. We're gonna take a little bit of a longer break tonight because if there's anybody that wants to get into the DAO or get some nuts. Were you here when I explained the whole?
Nuts?
Yeah.
I was here.
Okay, I thought you came in later.
He wasn't living, anybody was here.
Yeah, that was the different headlines. Anyway, so we'll break for about 20 minutes, and then we'll come back. If we have some time, we'll do the rest of the news, but then we'll do our picks. Cody's got a presentation on stable tokens, and then we'll see where the night takes us. So we'll break for 20 minutes.
And break.
And break. So now we're gonna do our picks. So for those of you that are new, you get 3 picks. You can pick something you're invested in, something you like, something you've heard of, anything you want. So some of us have already done our picks. Mine tonight was DOT, LTC and BTC. Kevin's was 3 nuts. Cody's was E, BUSD and HUSD. Okay, so we will start with Bert.
Okay, Bitcoin, Cardano and nuts.
Cardano.
Go nuts.
Oh, I just lost my thing. Sorry, I'm not talking right now.
What?
Did you unplug it or turn it on?
Huh?
I didn't even have it on.
You didn't have it on?
Sorry. Okay, starting there. Tony.
So you're not to enlighten me.
Okay, so you pick 3, you get 3 choices. So whatever crypto you like,
Whatever you like.
whatever.
Go with BTC, SATA.
You can put them all in one too, if you like one double.
Yeah, you can do like 3 in Bitcoin if you want.
Do we have Apple Watch? You can add your own.
Yeah, we've got lots of room.
Okay. There's news about Avalanche.
There is news.
One euro.
Come and see me. And I'll read it. It's long.
Oh,
Okay, all right. Okay, Herman.
Bitcoin, and nuts. All right. We're all nuts.
Wayne.
Bitcoin. Matic. And another one, Bitcoin.
Awesome.
Bitcoin is
Sean.
strong.
Terra, Luna, Scarpy.
Luna.
Luna.
Now you're just saying
I'm
that.
just kidding.
Oh. She's ready to put it up there.
So who's gonna do it? She believes me. 2 for Shib
Go Shib. It's up there, Shib Army.
and 1 for Kevin's nuts.
All
All
right.
right.
One more nut.
Okay. And Kevin, I got yours.
She probably just thought
Glenn.
something if you didn't know.
Yeah, well, one for Bitcoin,
1 for Bitcoin.
one for the ship.
Go Shib.
Yep.
Shib Army.
Yeah.
Can I add one?
Yeah.
Dogs?
Doge is up there.
Not dog, not Doges, dogs.
Dog.
Oh, Dodge.
Dodge is up there.
No.
Dogs.
Dog.
With an S.
Yep.
1% a day is not sustainable. Most of those are pyramid schemes. Sorry, I have to speak up because this is on video and we don't endorse anything that says 1% per day.
Well,
That's
I think
not
that's
sustainable
why-
by anybody.
So this.
Okay, anyway, so just before the break, I was saying what a wonderful person Guy is from Coin Bureau. So Bert just showed us there's a scam going around with Guy's picture on it from Coin Bureau saying that he has an investment opportunity. So maybe X-nay on the.
Did you support that though, or
This
is that
Twitter
just a picture?
No,
No,
he's still fine to watch.
no, he's fine to watch, but don't do the investment opportunity, is
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like,
That's just good advice for everything.
Telling you that you can put in 1 Bitcoin and get back 2, that should be a flag.
And you better watch the back.
But
video
God
if you
said it.
know that.
yes, yes. So where did I leave off?
Well,
Here,
Cody. No, I got Cody. Okay, David.
Bitcoin,
Yeah,
the sheep
yeah.
and DigiBuy.
And what?
DGB.
Oh, DigiByte. All right. Mo,
2 Bitcoin, 1 Ethereum.
2 Bitcoin and 1 Ethereum.
yeah, I guess no one likes the merge, right?
Yeah.
Simon,
Bitcoin, Ethereum.
Bitcoin,
All right.
Ethereum,
Another nut.
nuts, another nut ball.
1 by 1, we're all doing
Yeah.
nuts.
Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Doge.
Right.
Litecoin,
Doge is coming back.
Doge.
Yeah, I got enough of them laying around. I might as well hear.
Well, if you ever want to sell
Did you see our test there?
Oh,
That's just Doge.
Yeah.
oh,
them, Doge paid for that.
Hello.
Good way to go.
3. Okay, so I got everybody, right?
Think so.
Yeah, okay. So 5, 10, 15, 16. 7 for nuts. Shib. Oh, and E.
Wow, look at that.
There we go. Huh,
Look
Okay.
at that.
how long is yours?
Yeah.
Like half hour-ish?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, so I still got about 10 minutes?
Sure.
Okay, right on.
Your birthday.
Okay, so I am just going to see if anybody is paying attention to my news, because I have t-shirts to give away.
I think you missed a major one. I know you don't want to talk about it.
Oh, I did talk about the merge.
Well, no, I wasn't even talking about that.
Oh,
And you gotta explain the shirt.
Yeah, that's true.
why?
Yeah,
But everybody's been able to buy Bitcoin for like 14 years.
Compass
Oh,
mining.
it's Compass mining, okay.
Now does it make sense?
Hey, cloud mining,
It makes sense because Betty went to a mining conference down south and got us a bunch
And
of
got
swag
the shit
that we
ton
can
of
give
swag.
away.
So now we can give it all away.
isn't Compass mining a cloud mining? Say cloud
I-
mining?
No, it was free swag.
Okay,
Give it away.
what is the amount of retail crypto ban in Ontario? Okay. What is Cardano's hard fork that's coming September 22nd? How do you say it?
But you say it.
no, get it somewhere else.
Somebody else say it.
Like Vassal? What do you mean Bissell? Like a Vassal.
All right. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Meta is announcing NFT integration. And what crypto wallets do you need to use it? There's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them that you can use.
Not wallet, blockchain.
Oh, blockchain, sorry, blockchains. Solana. Who has another
You're
one?
giving one per answer, like.
It's funny.
I'm looking at Striper.
Wait, we got one right.
Yes, 2 more. We got Ethereum over here. We got 2 more. Yo, Solana was said already. Which one did I miss then?
Attic?
Yes. Do you want a t-shirt?
I did it.
Picky.
Size picky,
And L. Large, I'm assuming.
not large.
Not large?
Okay, if anybody can get the
Large
next
enough.
one, I will give you
Yeah.
a Stanley Cup and a t-shirt. Okay, what's the last one? Starts with an F. Okay, what blockchain do you need to access Meta's NFT integration? Starts with an F. Nope. Ends in a W. Has an L and an O in the center. Flow.
That's the way you pronounce it, flow.
Okay. Flow.
You're saying it like wrong.
Hey, I looked up Compass Mining, they're an online place where you can purchase a miner that they then host for you monthly. So no one here supports that crap. Don't go to Compass Mining and buy anything, just enjoy the t-shirt.
They took a run at buying one of our models.
But everybody needs
Yeah.
a t-shirt,
Is it?
right? Okay.
Maybe they do have some hardware.
They do.
Does anybody use little Post-it notes?
Yeah, of course.
Anybody use them? Ah, Mo, you never got anything.
We write stuff on.
Hey, who else uses Post-it notes? David? Do you want this one or this one? Anybody else? Post-it note? Oh, sorry, Simon, I always miss you.
You nailed me square between the eyes, but you missed him.
All right,
Over.
who needs a fancy new pair of shades? What does it say on it?
Shades.
I can't see what it says on it. But anyway, they're Ray-Ban lookalikes.
The Ray-Ban.
That felt very interestingly.
Okay,
Ray-Ban.
Get in between, yeah.
was the Ethereum merge successful?
Yeah.
Yes,
Somebody over here said yes. Do you need sunglasses? All right,
I just like to point out, because these giveaways, all this crap one person brought back from one conference, because all that ICO money
Months
you put
ago.
in, all that ICO money you put into a new token
Goes into
goes to
swag.
shit like this.
stickers? I got tons of stickers. Stickers. It's a cute little sticker. You don't get one though. It's a cup.
You can relax.
Yeah, there you go. You know, you have 2 grandkids, right?
Kids love stickers.
They do. Anybody else want them for their kids?
When are we getting nut stickers?
Yeah, I have kids.
How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go.
Can't get a good one.
Those walls,
So they can-
you're putting on the wall already.
Are you giving it back to me?
If anybody doesn't want their sticker, there's a Tesla out there.
No. Do you want some for your,
Don't do it, don't blame me.
Tom did it.
Sean, do you want a sticker for your kids?
Sure.
Gotta get 2.
I get 2. Aiden will probably throw it back at you, but that's okay.
No, Ricardo, like,
All right. I think, oh, I got one more trophy. Oh. What did the fish say when he swam into a wall?
Not a better answer than what yours was.
Damn.
Oh.
Okay. Anybody need some Smarties before we carry on? Whoa, you gotta have Smarties, right?
overhand or not, so he's white.
There we go. Oh, almost.
You asked
Anybody
for one,
else?
but you get it over.
Well,
Anybody else?
I'll take one.
Okay, I got a Reese's. And I got one more Smarties.
John's begging.
Overhand again. Overhand to Sean.
Okay, so I've got 3 pens up here you can give away when you're, okay?
That basement window gets,
Don't throw them though, because it's not fun when someone gets poked in the eye.
that can chop apart.
And so you did kind of skip.
The biggest.
The biggest one, I know. Are we gonna, do we have time for that?
We'll go, I mean, if you don't do it, I'm gonna do
Okay, well, you go ahead. I'm sure people are sick of me by now. Go ahead.
it. It's like most of the
Switch your mic off, switch your mic on.
Siri, go forward that slide.
Alright. So we'll just go over the stable coins. There's basically 2 main categories, and it's the collateralized stable coins, and those can have 3 subsections, which are the fiat backed, crypto backed, commodity backed. We'll get into those a little bit more, but just to kind of give you a quick introduction. And the algorithmic stable coins are the newer stable coins, but they have they've been taken off, as we can see. And something to take a look at, they're more likely to converge from the target value. And this is because algorithmic stablecoins are exactly what they are. They're an algorithm that's supposed to keep the peg. But in cases of like mass liquidations or intense price hikes or dips, the algorithm is going to take a little bit to readjust. So it won't hold the peg as well as a centralized, yes.
Maybe you should explain what a stable token is. Like
Oh, I
the
thought-
base level of it.
Oh,
Sorry, I don't know if everybody knows what a stable token is.
I guess I just kind of, I assumed that we were all there.
Does everybody know what a stable token is?
Does anyone
Yeah.
not know what a stable coin is?
Okay, you're good to go then.
All right.
Sorry, I just wanted to.
I was like, I'm like, oh, I thought we were past that.
Sorry.
Okay. I guess it is good. I did assume. But anyways, so yeah, algorithmic stablecoins. So yeah, they're not as reactionary as a company can do. They can instantly burn, instantly mint. They can be more reactive, but algorithmic stablecoins, as we'll see a little bit later in the charts, they actually can go a little bit above. So the first category will be fiat-backed stablecoins. These are obviously going to be your biggest category. This is USDT, USDC, BUSD that is now going to crush them all. And so basically a quick kind of description of the fiat-backed stablecoins backed by fiat held in a bank. So it's not always literal USD, but it is like either bonds or savings or stock or what have you. And the key to finding the best stablecoin is transparency. So the company issuing it must be accountable and frequently prove that they have enough money to back the stablecoin they issue. Because that's basically the crux of the stablecoin. Proving that you have collateral and you have enough backing it for that coin to remain at its value. So kind of a little example to give you an idea of how big it is. The largest category of stablecoin, and it has the top 3 coins of an estimated market cap of 150 billion. So yeah, put it in ranks, it's top 60. Hungry, it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you consider those 3 coins produce what a country does. They produce what one of the top banks, well, all the top banks, so you're talking Morgan Stanley, Philip Morris, Royal Bank, that's the kind of scale we're talking. And that's why the banks are starting to get attention, is because that's where their money's going. So now to crypto-backed stablecoins. So this is something to start off with. WBTC and SDE. Anyone that was here last week, I kind of asked it to the group, and I kind of said, are these stablecoins? Everyone knows what these are before I start. Wrapped Bitcoin and staked ETH.
Maybe explain what they are.
Wrapped Bitcoin is on the Ethereum blockchain. Basically, it's just your Bitcoin put on Ethereum. But to be able to do that, it has to be wrapped onto the Ethereum blockchain so it can be used. Now, the reason that some people claim this is a stable coin is because it's always going to be worth the same as what Bitcoin is worth, because it is Bitcoin. So that becomes the debate, is it a stable coin? Anyone have any strong feelings about that?
It's a stable crypto.
Well, that's mean that the
Stable token.
crypto-backed
token.
stable.
No.
Right?
Stable coin.
But I'm saying this is the question I was posed to yesterday, because it's not, there is no answer. There you have the 2 major companies that rank market cap are going to be CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap. One of them ranks them as a stable coin, one of them does not.
Open for discussion.
It's open for discussion, but something to keep in mind when you're thinking about stable coins, that it's not as rigid as just a US dollar to 1. It's more than that.
But you're trusting protocols.
Absolutely. And well, in the case of the algorithmic ones, in the case of like Tether or Circle, you're kind of relying on the company.
Yeah.
And in that case, you're kind of hoping that this company stays reliable, transparent, what have you. But basically, in this category of stablecoin, there's one dominant factor. If we're excluding the WBTC and SDE, which are big coins, but admittedly they're just Bitcoin and Ether, is DAI. DAI is the absolute king of this category. It has 7 billion market cap, makes it the size of like Air Canada. It's a very large project. It's routinely in the top 20 of coins, and it's held at a remarkable peg, as we'll see a little bit later. Okay, so definitely the smallest category of stable coins, just because of the nature of cryptocurrency. People don't really want to, I mean, if you want to invest in commodities, you would do it. But this is kind of a way that where you can hedge your bets. You can also use blockchain technology while also invest in commodities. There are some smaller ones that do real estate or different, products, but by far the most popular in cryptocurrency right now is gold. And those are your top 3 ones are Tether, Pax Gold, and Digex Gold. So Digex Gold is a very small player. The other 2 have around 500 million. So they're decent projects, proven very reliable, hold very stable to gold. And the last one, it probably is the biggest growing one, which is algorithmic stablecoins.
So these are ones that,
Luna.
yeah, USDC is up there for a reason. And this is as it has grown, it grew with USDC, and that's also what's created a lot of fear right now around algorithmic stablecoins. Is the collapse of Terra gets people concerned.
Right.
And
Yes.
as we'll see, even the ones that have listed here, USDD, which is very closely mirrors the tokenomics of Terra, which pretty concerning if you ask me. And then you have a lot of them that recently have lost their peg because as cryptocurrency market has taken a downturn, and ETH has caused some fluctuations, they haven't been able to keep up. So although the ideas behind them are great, a lot of them are decentralized, they use DAOs, which we all love, they can come under some issues there. All right, so now we're going to get to the meat and potatoes. This is where we'll spend most of the time right here. This is kind of just a comparison of all these different stable coins, and I got it broken up into two different slides. These are going to be kind of the major ones. Minus USDD is there for comparison reasons, and then we'll get on to the other one. But these are your top 6 coins, or your top 5 really, plus USDD. And you can see by market cap, Tether, USDT dominate. USDT has had a much bigger market share in past. That market has started to kind of wane away. But as we talked about earlier with BUSD, you can see how much they're flying up as of late, and that's only going to keep going. They've effectively nullified 3 of the top crypto stablecoins on their platform, which is arguably the biggest exchange. So you're going to see the BUSD market cap fly up just off of that alone. And if there becomes more adoption, it could fly up and take over the other 2. If it decides to kill USDT, it could even become a top stablecoin. But one interesting thing to look at with these price trends, you can see where we have these ones that are the stablest of coins, have a lot of fluctuation, a little bit here and there. They roughly stay around their peg, nothing to really worry about. But I found it interesting when you get to Frax, which is your algorithmic stablecoin that stays above almost the entire time. Now, this isn't a guaranteed thing, not something that happens, but it's very interesting to see. And you can see that a couple of them have dealt with dips right here, and that's really losing their peg. Everything in between here, you can't really be concerned about them losing a couple base points here and there, unless you're having a lot of money into it, in which case you should have auto sells in anyways. Yeah. Any questions so far? Anybody still with anybody?
Okay, Luna bad.
Luna bad.
Are you going to talk about Justin's project there?
Well, USDD. Now, the reason why I was saying to be worried about it is because it basically mirrors the exact same thing as USDC. So if anyone wasn't aware, I'll recap that real quick. How it worked is you took it was your Luna and your Terra. So you deposited really the main use case for it was people wanting to get the 20% payout on the Anchor protocol. In order to do that, you had to stake a UST. That was barred against Luna. And they just basically what happened in order to get all this UST, all this Luna had to be minted, and it threw off the balance. And then once they got enough into UST, into the Anchor protocol, the developers basically walked away. Left all the money on the Anchor protocol, and as we all know, they got instantly delisted, all accounts were frozen, people couldn't move it, and billions were lost. And although it's not the scale that Terra was, it's built almost the exact same way. They have the same tokenomics, they're offering the same kind of insanely high rewards on the same protocol.
Get out quick.
But in that being said, how many people made a bunch of money on Terra?
Yeah, sure.
Lots.
Basically, the one differentiation they're taking over Terra is they're saying they're over collateralized, and every single project on here, except for one, has claimed that they're over collateralized. It's it's just what you say. It's meaning that you're gonna take on over 100% of what your value's worth, just in case it happens to go down, we'll be fine. But it's a lot easier said than done.
So in other words, like you're basing it on the fact that that token could go down by 80%. And you're gonna over collateralize to hope that it won't go down more than 80%.
And in the case of these, the algorithmic stable coins that hold crypto backings, it's all the more important for them because as we know, if you're holding dollars, I mean, it can maybe shift fractionally, but if you're holding a crypto portfolio, that can change, double points in a day. So these crypto projects like DAI, like USDT, like Frax, that are using cryptocurrency as the backing, they have to be so incredibly over collateralized because if their portfolio takes a huge dip, their coin can't hold the peg, people jump out of the protocol, and then you're into a downspin, into a spiral. An important thing to look here too, when we're looking at the market trends, obviously we can see, so this is a year over trend, so everyone knows. You can obviously see the big dip when cryptocurrency was nice and high. But the more important thing is kind of look at the second half of this year, where we can see that Tether lost a lot of its market share, while USDC, BUSD, both continue to go up. So it's definitely to keep an eye on these trends, and I mean, you can see DAI took a massive hit when it went down, and it's managed to kind of start to climb back, but stable coins in particular, it's mass adoption. It's the most money into the protocol means more collateralization, means more that's there.
But just wanted to point out that 3 of those 6 are DAOs.
I'm going this, but yes. And one thing Kevin did point out about the chains, it was a good idea to put those on there because I thought that was pretty telling when you're talking about the different chains that they're on. Because your access to Tether, to USDC, to Binance, to DAI is massive. After that, it drops. Frax is available on 8, USDT is available on 3, and you'll see on the next slide it gets lower than that. Almost everybody's on ETH, but the availability on other chains is what's not there. So your options are very low if you want to be on different chains getting stable coins. And that's, by the way, why it was so big when the stable coins came out after the merge and they said they were only going to go with the Ethereum, the new beacon chain. That's why it was so massive. It's because basically that's where stable coins live. That's where you're able to use them in dApps. That's where you're able to earn on them. That's where they have to be. So going over to basic, so these are the important things. This is just all numbers, but these are the kind of the important core concepts of kind of what I think they are. So the biggest thing to me anyways, as you're talking about stable coins, is who's behind it, and obviously the tokenomics, but then also its transparency. So as Kevin pointed out, you have 3 of these that are DAOs. So the Maker DAO, the Tron DAO, and then FXS holders. Basically, it's a governance token. And then you have 3 private companies. So obviously the 3 private companies are the bigger ones. But as you can see, between Frax and DAI, look how stable those lines are.
Extremely stable. DAI has done extremely well.
Extremely stable coins. They're very democratic. They're holders of the coins themselves. They have it directly impacts them, what happens to the coin. So there's a lot into it. Kevin says, like, anyone that has experience with the DAOs, it's great to be able to have a say in what you're doing and what where the project is going. It creates a lot more transparency as you see all of these that are run by DAOs. They'll undergo audits. Most of them do have on-chain portfolios you can take a look at. So you know how much their collateral there is because they'll tell you. And you don't have to guess like we know with Tether, if anyone's familiar. They've claimed for the longest time they were one-to-one backed by fiat currency. And after several releases and audits and leaks, they have proven to not be. Even after the latest audit that they have done by a reputable company, they showed their thing was at 68%. 68, oh my God.
Wow.
So I mean, even now that they're trying to make it more of a thing, like I said, they partner with a top 5 accounting firm. they're trying to get more transparency because they realize how fast they're losing that market share, that they have to change. And that's one of the big things they're trying to do. But the fact that they're still not backed by one-to-one, when you have USDC and Binance USD and a lot of the smaller ones doing exactly that. To be honest, I'm shocked that Tether is the biggest coin, but that just shows what being first does for you.
Europe can change things a lot.
Sure.
I'm shocked that it's still around.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
I mean, really, there's no advantages of Tether over any other stablecoin, except that it's first, it had most adoption, it's here.
And they spent that 22% on marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if marketing counted, then crypto.com would be the biggest company in the world.
That's true. Yeah.
They are the biggest company.
Biggest crypto company.
So yeah, going on to USDC, I don't know if we're all familiar with Circle, but they're a massive company in the US. They do a lot of payment services. They partner with Coinbase to launch their USDC coin. They undergo regular audits by the government. They have, like I say, US base, and they follow all those regulatory guidelines, which I know may not sound like a lot, but when you're talking about when they get the green light to be able to do trading, these ones are going to be the first ones. USDC, I think there's a couple more on the next page that have regulatory green lights in the US, and that's going to be major. But then going next is to Binance. We all know about Binance. I actually didn't know through this, they actually partnered with Paxos to release the coin.
I didn't know.
Yeah, so Paxos, as you'll see, is basically involved in like half of the coins. It's crazy. But yeah, so they went together with Paxos, who has a lot of experience with stable coins. Kind of why they partnered with them to get it right. Yeah, and we all know from their new approach, they're basically just crushing every other cryptocurrency.
Smart.
It's very smart from a business standpoint. I mean, you can't use anyone else on us, and we're the biggest exchange. So what are you going to do?
Guess what?
I mean,
USD.
how many people are not going to know, and you're just going to look in your Binance account next time, and you're just going to have the USD. Yeah. So the next one is DAI. I was kind of surprised by DAI, to be honest, in doing the research in this one to find out how stable it's been, being an algorithmic stablecoin and backed by cryptocurrency. Because we know what the major changes that it can have, and it's still managed to stay incredibly pegged to the US dollar. Like we said, it's even experienced some nice highs there. You can't see because these numbers are really low, but this is a lot less fluctuation than this is. Where they're jumping up here is actually a few cents, which may not seem huge, but I mean, that's 2 to 3% on stable coins.
Yeah.
That can be huge. So these algorithmic stable coins, though they can dip, they can also jump a little bit higher. Yeah, so collateral is held with other cryptocurrencies. At the start, it was only collateralized by ETH, but now it's kind of got a range of different ones. And again, because it's a DAO, they have their portfolio released, so you can actually go and just take a look and see what they hold, exactly what they hold. It's a really nice transparency that you just don't get from the private companies. So Brax. So again, transparent, decentralized, we know from being a DAO, defines itself as a fourth category of stable coins. I thought that was funny. Because it's just saying that we're an algorithmic stable coin, but they want to be different. And then just kind of the tokenomics
What are you
there.
collateralizing with?
They're the same kind of thing as DAI. Like they do the top major ones. They have USDC, USDT, ETH, and kind of most of the major ones. Like I was saying with DAI before, there used to be SDAI, and that was just a single. That was just ETH DAI, and then they moved to the multi DAI. So I thought this was kind of interesting. Over 60% of the supply of FXS is issued over a number of years to liquidity providers and yield farmers, meaning it's probably got a pretty high interest rate if anybody's in yield farming. Yeah. And finally, USDT. So we've talked enough about that one. Please avoid, but. Okay. On to the next one. So we kind of have these two gold ones here. This is mainly for just a reference point, but you can see here, they both exactly follow the price of gold. They follow each other. Tether was actually launched in the last year. That's why it's coming up from 0, but you can basically see they're following almost the same pattern. They're really stable. They're backed by gold. It's nothing crazy is going to happen there unless, I mean, and they're both run by pretty reputable companies, Paxos and Tether, which are operating two bigger stable coins as it is. So these bottom 4 is kind of where we'll go next. These are kind of the next best. Or if you're taking the last page as kind of your best options, these are the ones that are either coming up or have interesting ideas. So yeah, let's go in order. I was going to jump it just because I like it, but we'll go to FAUSD. So it again is run by a DAO. So we tribe holders, they get to vote, and the protocol uses main liquidity, secondary markets, and earn yield for the protocol. Basically meaning that when you stake anything on FEI, they take those staked that value and make it work for you to try and get higher yields. This is the only one that you can see. They said a couple times in their white paper they want to fight against over collateralization, and they don't want to have a lot of collateral because they're trying to use that staked money in other protocols. So though it can have higher returns if their investments work out, kind of risky if you ask me. And then Gemini Dollar, which I'll be honest, I haven't used a lot, but I was kind of impressed by when I was looking at it. They, I would say, arguably have the most regulatory leeway of any other cryptocurrency. They worked extensively with the New York Finance Department, and they've got green lights there. They're ran by the Winklevoss twins, if anyone knows who those are. Facebook. And they're also attached to obviously the Gemini Exchange, which is a massive exchange. So I didn't know how old they were. They said it was in 2014.
Yeah, they've been around forever.
I'm kind of surprised they're not a little bit bigger than they are.
Surprising.
Because I mean, as you can see from the chart here, they had a recent, this is very recent, and we touched on it in the news about a month ago. But other than that, they kind of were operating around where you'd want to be, kind of similar to Tether and Circle. And yeah, that's one that kind of surprises me. But one thing I didn't want to point out as we're looking at market caps, look at these 3 here. I'll go back to the top page, if I can. If you guys notice anything about all these, look how much smoother your curves are. When you go back here, see how jagged these are? You know what that's from? That's from massive whale buys. And that's how you can see how much one person or one entity or one trade is affecting the entire ecosystem of these coins. Like when a whale does a purchase on Tether or USDC, a lot less seen. But these lower market cap ones, you can have a lot more influence on. So something to keep in mind. Okay, so moving on from moving on from GUSD to TUSD. This is kind of a same kind of one as GUSD, where it undergoes regular audits, has US regulatory green light, and has one backed with fiat currency. The money is also held by a third party in escrow. So that's about as stable as you can get. You can see the same thing. They actually have more cases where they jump above than they jump below, but they stay extremely stable to a $1 peg. It seems like a very good project to me.
They're on a lot of blockchain.
Yeah. I'm Arbitrum, are you familiar?
Heard of it.
I've heard of it, but I'm not.
I haven't used it.
No, me either. And then finally, Pax Dollar, which is Paxos. It's one of the older ones. It's been around for a while. It's kind of given Pax their first step into their stablecoin market, and it's kind of made them a leader. But there again, it's a company, it's highly centralized, but like these other two, it's very similar to They're highly regulated. And it's a good thing as it is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to them, I'm like, I'm probably on the opposite side of the crypto market where I think some regulation
For stable.
for stable coins, because they're very much under the radar. And they're going to be the first target of financial institutions. They're the first target of the banks because they're taking so much of their market share. They need, like, these ones with US-based regulatory green lights already. Think about the adoption that if a bank wants to use one of them, that could be immeasurable. One of the major banks could take them as one of the top stable coins in the world. So you have to know that kind of adoption, we know that kind of adoption is coming. We just don't know if it's in the case of stable coins or CBDCs.
What's a CBDC?
We know what
Does everybody know? what a
anyone not
CBDC
know what a CBDC is?
Asset-based digital currency.
So it's like Canadian fiat going digital.
Digital money, exactly. Digital money.
It's coming.
Yeah, basically like
China's had it for a
how
while.
you use money in your debit, like on your debit app on your phone. That's what your money will be.
It's just getting rid of cash.
The day will come where they can turn off your money.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know. Well, this is the last page.
You gotta read everything.
Yeah, no, I'm not. It's up here for your reference. I was just gonna kind of touch on these 6 because I found they were all interesting in their own way. Euro Tether, if I had to mention the euro, right? I mean, they have Euro Tethers too. It's the next biggest to the US stable coins. But something to keep in mind as the euro plummets and the Europe is going into disarray, you're gonna see those fly down.
Or a true cat.
Liquid USD. So again, it's fully redeemable. Should I read it? No one can see that, can they?
No.
Just summarize.
All right. Basically, it's what they can do is, like they say here, loans are paid on L2 minimum collateral ratio of 110%. So basically, you deposit a cryptocurrency, use it as collateral, print LUSD, and you can actually leverage a little bit against it as well inside the stable coin. HUSD, which this was one of my picks. I like it. I don't understand why it's not bigger, but it's also run by Paxos, and it was designed to actually integrate Pax, TUSD, USDC, and GUSD into one, because it basically had all the same functionality as all of them, and it wanted to take them all in, launched with also the Huey exchange. Well, as we know, cryptocurrency people didn't want to adopt. They said, nah, we're good. We'll keep using what we want. And so they decided to just go separate. But as you can see here, the funds go through Paxos, and then every dollar supporting the USD is held in the reserve by Paxos Trust Company. And then where's it completely integrated with launch stable universal. So it's an extremely stable coin, other than again, it was one of those that had a recent dip, fell below its peg, but it found it back right away. So it's tough to say with stable coins right now. As we know, there's AUSD, GUSD, HUSD, have all lost their peg as of late, but they all found them back. Now, when we went back to the other ones, we saw Tether had lost its peg. A lot of the major stablecoins have lost their peg at once or another, but it's how they recover and the fact that they have the mechanisms enabled to fight against those factors. Any question? Yeah.
Okay, so I know the answer to this, but
All right.
you didn't cover it at the start.
Yeah.
Why would someone want to use a stable coin if you don't make any money on it? My value's not going to go up. So what's the point of a stable coin?
Well, the main use case for it is that it locks in your rate when you're going to use it in different dApps. Like we were talking about earlier with UST, that's why it was so attractive. It was offering 20% on the anchor protocol. So you're talking about something that's locked to $1. It's basically like money in your bank, and you're getting paid 20% on it. Now, if we were all getting paid 20% to throw money in our bank, how many of us would be doing other things?
The 80s we did that.
Yeah,
So,
Your mortgage rate?
yeah,
But you know what, so
Yeah.
that's trophy is a stable token,
Yeah.
and it's the same reason, because we only want a beer that costs $3.50.
Yeah.
Because it could change.
I say, and you know, when you put $100 in, you're gonna have your $100, you'll always have your $100,
Yeah.
and it's gonna keep growing that whatever percent you're getting. In the case of Tether or USDC that are bigger, less risk, you're gonna get lower percentages. You're gonna get anywhere from like, say, 2 to 8
give or take.
roughly. And then as you go down that list of higher risk cryptocurrencies and they have lower market caps, they'll be offering higher yields because they're trying to attract people into buying these stable coins, making their ecosystem bigger. But basically, yeah, the big attraction is what you earn, what you can earn from them. And that's why there's so much competition in that.
Another reason why people use them, if you know, like,
Oh, yeah,
if you, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, no, sorry, I passed by the basic things, I'm sorry.
That's okay. No, I just wanted everybody.
But yeah, like if when we were up to 80K, if you got a tinge, you're like, you know what? I think this is it. We're gonna go down. If you took everything you had there and threw it into a stable coin, you lock in your profits. Then when we rode down to 20K, you're not affected. All of your investments stayed at that dollar value. Say it hits its floor now at 20K and you feel comfortable, you can go back into Bitcoin. Now you have 4 times the amount of Bitcoin you had and ride the high up.
That'd be a perfect world.
Perfect world, that's what happens, but that's the idea.
If only.
It's way safer than storing in whatever exchange you're on fiat.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
This allows you to put it in fiat and take it off the exchange, right?
you don't want to leave it on an exchange.
And you can go from a crypto to a stable token on a DEX.
Yeah.
And not even deal with an exchange.
And maybe a more relevant, and something we didn't mention either is, we know that when you take crypto out in the fiat, you pay tax. Now, if you take it out in the cash, you pay tax. If you keep it in cryptocurrency, you don't pay tax on things that have stayed in. So if you go from Bitcoin, move it over into a stable coin, move it back to Bitcoin, you don't pay anything. If you move it Bitcoin to cash, you pay tax then you go back into Bitcoin and you pull out, you pay again. So it's definitely a way to help navigate some things there.
What do you guys consider 3?
So the last 3, Magic Internet Money, I was really tempted to put on the other one. It's a super interesting project. Basically, you can collateralize your assets, and they'll give you a certain amount of cryptocurrency for them. They significantly fee. We talked about they use their assets, and they are active in liquidity pools and creating more money from their assets. So they have high yields, but they're lower market cap, so higher risk. Synthetic USD. It's again, I'm not going to bore you guys with all of this, but you can read the tokenomics here. It's another algorithmic stablecoin. And Stasis Euro, which again, it's the biggest euro stablecoin right now. It's basically backed 1 by euros, however much you think those are worth. And that's it.
That's it.
Okay,
Easy.
so just a couple things, we only have about 8 more minutes, but Wayne is organizing a Monopoly game.
Monopoly
So-
for nuts.
It's Sunday afternoon.
It'll be Sunday afternoon, probably within the.
Okay, so it's gonna be.
Winner take all.
We have up to 8 players, we have 6 that are semi-confirmed.
Okay, so if you're interested in playing, you can see Wayne. You can always have
Yeah,
one
we
Wayne.
actually, that's a good thing to specify, that we actually go by the rules of Monopoly. The Monopoly rules will be on the board and they're followed exclusively. So an average Monopoly game by the rules lasts an hour to an hour and a half.
Just so you know, that means no free parking.
By the way, Kevin is very competitive.
Not that anybody would ever know that,
He
you
didn't
know.
go it.
And then by that, we're following the rules.
And all the rules.
Rule book will be there.
The rule book will be on the board.
Anyway,
Winner take all. Well, that's why the rule book is on the board.
So since you all came to this meeting, if you wanna go to the newbie meeting the first Tuesday of October, it's free for all of you. And just a reminder that our hoodies are buy one, get one half off. And the BTM that's now on is at 5%, and plus if you put that discount code in, you get another 10% off your fees. Now we just started this social night thing, so we have like a social night once a month. So last month, we went axe throwing.
Right up
It
there.
was
You
super
gotta go.
fun.
9
Not
o'clock.
right up there, but now that I
Wait,
it's
really
really
Ball State. Axe.
so anyway, so we all signed it and we all had a really, really good time. So Monopoly is gonna be for this month, so if you guys have any
Thank you for
ideas
coming in.
what you wanna do for next month or
If you have
Christmas
any
or
questions
whatever,
or need your bucket filled, come
you can
see
shoot us an email,
Alright,
call
good
us,
job.
whatever you wanna do.
Your crypto party.
And that's it.
That's all.
So, if anybody wants to stick around, I have some more news, if you guys wanna hear it. I haven't touched on the merge, Russian tax explode, Coinbase, the Euro energy crisis, Celsius mining and Bitcoin mining.
Awesome.
Euro energy. If anybody has to go, please feel free. It's all good, I understand.
Does the euro energy have anything to do with crypto?
This is somebody took my paper.
No, I want you to give up.
Okay. Who took my paper? Did you take my paper? Did somebody take my newspaper?
Here's the one over here. This might.
Oh, yep, that's mine. I have notes on it.
Right where Kevin put it.
That's right, Kevin. Jeez, man. Okay. So we're talking about the Euro energy crisis. So Euro versus Russia energy crisis could see a Great Depression-like recession in Europe this winter. Some experts think it could last up to two years, and this could just be the start of Russia shutting off Europe or the resulting US sanctions from these countries that choose to break the price cap on Russian oil or other sanctions.
Okay, so that translates into Bitcoin miners shutting down.
And but it could also be like
Of some places.
yeah.
Yeah.
No miners are shutting
We
down.
also got something
No,
like
they
that.
don't seem to be.
Where
No.
it had civil unrest and the native currency becomes very volatile, people can flock to cryptocurrency. They're even calling for some regimes to get overthrown. And if that happens, maybe people use cryptocurrency instead.
Well, the wealthy barber just came out and said everybody should buy crypto. Yep.
So
What about Rich Dad, Poor Dad?
That's the guy.
That's
That's
the
the
guy.
same
Yeah.
He's a barber and a rich dad. Fuck everything.
It's a story. Mine story.
So does everybody know about the merge, about the Ethereum merge? Does everybody does not know? Okay, so just really quick synopsis. Ethereum went from a proof of work token to a proof of stake. So you can no longer mine it. It's basically what happened. This happened last night to today. And the Ethereum token has dropped 10%. Ethereum Classic has also dropped 7%. People were speculating that there was going to be a big pump. In my opinion, I think that this will take some time because there's still some speculation on if ETH-POW is going to come out. Ethereum proof of work, instead of just using Ethereum Classic, they're talking about coming out with a whole new token, proof of work. So, I mean, I can't see it happening. It makes no sense to me, but
Well, it came out and it
It'll
dropped.
definitely happen, whether or not it does anything.
No, it did happen.
It
It dropped
did
by
happen.
80%.
yeah, but who knows what's going to happen with it. So that's something that I think is maybe holding Ethereum back a little bit. What do you guys think? Do you think it's going to eventually pump, or is it going to just
$10,000 hit by next year.
I haven't done any transactions. What are the fees like, Audie?
Much,
just did-
much cheaper. Did several transactions today, much cheaper, buck and a half maximum.
Already.
Yeah, it's super cheap, super fast.
Which is-
Actually,
Way too
doing exchanges through DEXs that I did today was like noticeably faster than before the merge.
And they even said that the significant speed increase is gonna come probably a couple months after now.
Because there's 4 stages of the merge.
No, that's afterwards. But like after the merge, it's slowly like people can, their stake ETH is getting slowly rolled out. Sharding comes in
Yeah.
a little bit. So there's still more to come with the merge.
So does anybody think it's gonna pump?
And anybody that has 32 ETH can now stake their own ETH on their own blockchain, on their own node, I should say,
But look at the
and
list
get up
of
to 13%.
I no one obviously believes in E. I mean, oh my goodness.
Safety, we're like, let's see, right here, everything's gonna pop. It might be 3
That's
months from
true.
now, but we're going
Yeah.
up here.
That is very
It's,
true.
the main point, anyway.
Oh, there's
Oh,
billions.
lots
There's
and
over
lots.
7 billion locked in.
So there are, anybody with hardware and miners,
Anybody that had a whole shit ton of ETH is now staking it.
You need.
And they don't have to buy equipment anymore. They're not unhappy.
So
They,
the
you create a
miners-
node, right? Which is any PC. You create a node, you have 32 ETH, you create a node and you set it up as a staking node, and you're basically validating transactions, and you're making more than you did as a miner.
They can go back and do E Classic.
well, they can do others.
They could do any other that's on that same,
Any script based.
yeah,
I think it's like Raven Coin.
Raven Coin, Classic.
Makes sense to do it though.
Was it Rocket?
I imagine there's gonna be a ton of hardware that's gonna flood the market.
That's what.
Yeah, the ETH hardware should get
Yeah.
cheap, but ETH Classic arguably,
Is there a
like,
point to pick it up for any other reason? Because.
Well,
I don't know
ETH
if
Classic is a good bet. I mean, it really is. It's the original, it's actually the original Ethereum.
If
It
you
really
really
is Ethereum.
Ethereum project.
The original code.
Yeah,
It's the original blockchain, ETH Classic, and Vitalik endorsed ETH Classic for proof of work. He said, if you want to use Ethereum on proof of work, use ETH
and
Classic.
he just said that like within the last month.
Yeah.
So it's pretty recent.
Something that should be mentioned with the whole Ethereum staking, you need 34.
32.
32 Ethereum to stake. You're gonna see Ethereum staking pools pop up, which is where you sign up. And
Whole
you
bunch already.
basically, yeah, they're already out. You submit your Ethereum to join a pool, because say you need 32, but you only have 2. You can add it, and then just remember, once you've sent that coin into that pool, it's not your coin anymore.
Trusting the protocol.
Whatever shithead that built a website and launched it, and caught your attention, could just go, "It's fine now," and disappear.
Yeah.
So be very careful with pools and that kind of stuff with your. That goes for any token, but it's gonna be huge.
Yeah, just make sure you always have your private keys, always.
Well,
Never give
anybody
up
that
your
jumps
key.
into an Ethereum pool is gonna lose they won't have access.
No, you have to send your Ethereum.
Yeah, you give them your Ethereum. So there are some that have been around for.
But if you're your own validator, you keep your Ethereum, you keep your private keys.
Yeah,
You don't have to give anything
If you
up.
have 32 coins, you're good, right?
Should I keep going? I can go for an hour, if you guys.
Well, it's 9 o'clock though, you're up.
I know, I'm just, it's
Yep.
anybody.
What's up, Lanier?
I'll give you, this one's kind of cool. Ticketmaster announces partnership with Flow to mint exclusive NFT event tickets.
That makes sense.
That's kind of cool, right?
NFT tickets make sense.
Yeah.
That should be-
Yeah. Does anybody, if you gotta go, Jack, honest, it's.
We gotta go, 9
Not
o'clock.
that now that I fixed.
Thank you, Stacy.